that is called graphics. File, new project, Windows Forms application, and I'll give the project name as demo on graphics. Okay. Now, important thing is, in order to use graphics, you have been provided to work with two namespaces. Two namespaces. One is system.drawing and second is system.drawing.drawing 2D. These are the two namespaces that are available. Now we are going to use form as paper. We are going to use form as paper, and on that form we are going to draw graphical objects. And for graphical objects, always this corner is there, this corner, top left corner, top left corner. That will be origin. That will be your origin. Origin always is what now? 0, 0. Okay, let's go then and see how do you. So how do you go for? So go to solution. Sorry, go to right click, open code behind file. Okay, in this code behind file, now remember, already one namespace you can find here using system.drawing namespace. And one more is also needed, but at this stage we don't need. As and when we progress, I'll get back to you on that. Okay, one namespace already there. Go to design window. So you want to use this as for paper now. So you want to paint on this paper. You want to paint on this paper. For that reason, for form, we have been provided by one special event. That itself is called paint event. Go to properties, go to events. Here we have appearance. Under appearance, paint event, double click. Form one paint event is generated. Now to draw graphics or graphical object, we use a class graphics G. This graphics class object is going to draw or it is going to communicate with graphical objects. Like what? Line, ellipse, rectangle, arc. These are all things we can draw. So we are going to use now form paint event method. Graphics G. And where you want to draw? E dot graphics. What is E here? Paint event arcs object. Okay, and here you can describe like this. This will explain what to draw. What to draw. And this will explain where to draw. Where to draw on form. What to draw, we will decide now. Now we will decide. So what do you want to draw? G dot draw rectangle. In that first you need pens dot red, then 10, 10, x-axis, y-axis, width, height, 180, bas. Execute the code, rectangle is drawn. Yes, rectangle is drawn. From where it is drawn? From 10, 10, which means this is origin now. This is origin. This gap is there. This gap. This is 10, 10. 10th row, 10th column. But it will be in the form of pixels. Same way, I'm going to draw one more. G dot draw ellipse pens dot blue 10, 10, 180. Control F. Yes, ellipse is also drawn from the same position, from the same x-axis, y-axis. Okay. Now, exactly same way. Now, what I want for the next scenario is I want to draw these graphical objects in the center of the form. So, in order to find center position of the form, first you should know the maximum width and height of the form. Maximum width and height of the form. How do you find? Int w equal to this dot client size dot width h equal to height. This dot client size dot height. Width is x-axis. Height is y-axis. Width is x-axis. Height is y-axis. And what do you want now? You want this rectangle and ellipse to be in what? Center of the form. Simple. Remove this 10 and write W, that is x-axis. Remove 10 and write height, that is y-axis. Same scenario, W and then H. Yes. But the problem now is, if I run the code, you don't find objects at all. Why objects are not found? Now objects are drawn based on maximum width and height of the form. So what is maximum width and height of the form? Top bottom corner. Top bottom corner. Top bottom corner is what now? Top bottom corner is what? Maximum width and height of the form. So when it draws from that maximum position, definitely the both of them will be out of. So both of them will be what now? Out of form. So can you guess like from where it is drawing the objects now? Obviously from this corner. Here. From this corner it is drawing. For that reason, they are out of form. Okay, so do one thing. You want in center. Simply by 2, by 2, by 2, by 2. Center of the form. Control F. Yes. Interesting thing again. Are they in center or are they drawn from center? What was my requirement? I want you to put your graphical objects in what? Center of the form. But currently Objects are not in center. Objects are rather drawn from center. Objects are drawn from center. We don't want to draw from center. We want to make them in center of the form. So what I should do, half of the width, half of the width of the rectangle, I have to push on left side, and half of the width, I'm saying, width half I have to put on left side, and half of height I have to push on top. How would you do this? W by 2 minus 15, height by 2 minus 40, minus 40. Execute now. Yes, now they are in center. Now they are in center. Another important thing. If at all now, if I change the form size, if I change what? Form size. Obviously, center position of the form is lost now. Center, center position of the form is lost. If I change my size of the form. Okay, do it. Increase now. Now what do you need to do? You have to make these graphical objects again in center of the form. So there are two approaches now. There are two approaches. First approach, which I'm going to show you now, it's not recommended. We don't do that in real time, but real time there is second method. So two scenarios I'll show you. First scenario, to make these objects in center of the form. Simple solution is take this form out of desktop, bring it back. They are in center now. Yes, they are in center. This is one solution. This is one solution, but as I said, not recommended. Do one thing, decrease the form size, you decrease. Yeah, it is out of form now. Same, take the form out of desktop, bring it back. They are in center. But what did I say? This is not recommended, I said. Huh? This is not recommended. Who will do this? Like, not recommended. So better, what you have to do is, let's make this object automatically relocate whenever form size is, whenever form gets resized. But interesting thing is, what is internal happening actually when you're taking your form out of desktop? Simple. Whenever you take your form out of desktop, and when you make that, uh, when you retain that form again, or whenever you bring that form again on the desktop, what internal is happening? It is re-executing paint method. That is what is happening internal. It will re-execute paint method. Okay, it will re-execute what? Paint method, and it will again find new coordinates. Again, it will draw graphical objects on the center of the form. But every time, as I said, na, you cannot minimize, maximize your form. It is better if it does the same process automatically. Okay. So what do you want to do now? Same process I want to do, but I don't want to use this minimize maximize process. Instead, I want to get my objects relocate automatically whenever form gets reset automatically. So for that, what you are supposed to do is go to properties of the form again. Go to properties. Go to events. In events, there is an event called resize. Here it is, resize. Double click. And now, whenever form gets resized, this method is executed. This method. And whenever method gets executed, I want to call paint method for execution so that my graphical objects always gets relocated. How do you call? To call paint method, we use invalidate. Yes. Now relocate, resize the form. Yes. Decrease the form. Never object is out of form. Never. That is how form resize will work. Okay. Now we'll go with little further. Now I write G dot draw arc pens dot maroon. Then I'll give position 100 100. Then width and height. Right? Width and height 100 100. Mhm. Little small will okay, 100, no problem. 100 100. And angle 0 90 degrees. Yes, arc is there. You see. Arc. Instead, if I say 180 degrees, 180 semicircle. Yes. If I put 360 circle. Here I have to write 360. Yes, circle. Arc has drawn circle of giving degrees. I say 90. Yes. Similarly, I can say G dot draw string. Draw string. Comment all this later on will increase. Comment. Now I say draw string. Which string you want to display? First welcome. Then you have to provide font. So in that font, I'll give here font FNT equal to new font. First font name. So I don't remember font name. So I better take support of notepad and copy. Edit. Format. Font. Some font name I'll copy, okay? So that you people can experience that exact font. Go on top. Yeah, I'll better use this. Gaudi Stout. Okay, copy this. Font name it is. Then what do you need? Font size. Font style dot bold, and then you have to use font name over font size over font style over. Now you have to specify x-axis y-axis. Integer x equal to nine. So I have to use like this. To specify, I have point pt equals to new point constructor. Then you say pt dot x equal to then point dot y equal to 100, and that point you give at the last. Bold semicolon. Here I should write welcome. Then fnt. Then which color you have to specify. Brushes dot blue. Then pt point x-axis by x. That's it. Save. Run the code. Yes, welcome has been displayed. Yes, welcome. That is called draw string. It's called draw string. Okay. Now, coming to next scenario in this graphics, what we learn is, especially here, when you draw rectangle, when you draw ellipse and all, I'll show you another approach in this. Another approach. What you can do is comment this all from here till last. All you change from here till end. Comment. Okay, go on top. Here I write again. Pen. P equals to new pen. Color dot. Red. Semicolon. Why? Now I can say draw ellipse P. You don't need to write pens dot. No, you don't need. 10, 10, 100 and 50. Now you're going to draw ellipse or you're going to draw rectangle. Anything is fine. So I better go with rectangle. Now execute. Okay. So this is your rectangle. But being drawn through what now? Pen object. That's named as what? P. When you run a code, now you can find rectangle is drawn. If I give 80, then if I run my code accordingly, you can see that. Yes. Okay. Now that is about pen object we covered. And remember one speciality. And the speciality is pen is called GDI object. GDI. Pen is called GDI object. That is the reason there is a rule. And that rule is the moment you use that object, immediately you have to dispose the memory of that object. Immediately dispose the memory of that object. All GDI objects you have to do the same. All GDI objects you have to do the same. Okay. Now graphics device interface, that is GDI object. That is how you make use of pen. So now we have both the cases in graphics. Pens also we have, pen also we have. This is pens plural, pen singular. Both approach is different. When you are using pen, color you have to specify, which becomes compulsory. Okay. Now another important thing that we are going to study now, connecting with this graphics, by going little further in this part, what actually we are going to discuss is how we use different what you call brushes. Brushes may we have types again. What are they? So let's see that. One, brush, br, equal to new, brush, structure. It's error, error. Why error? Because brush is abstract class. It is. Brush comes under what category? Abstract class. So because it comes under abstract class, for that reason, it's not. We are not going to dynamically allocate memory for this brush class object. You cannot create brush class object. As I tried, you could very clearly notice that it was giving. It is providing us error. Okay, we don't have direct support. Okay, that is one point. Still you need to have brush, then we can have alternate. It's error. You can put your read the error. Cannot create instance of abstract class. So you cannot create instance. So for that reason, from brush class, we have been derived with four child classes. From abstract base class, four child classes have been created. One among them is new solid brush. In this solid brush, I can say color dot blue. Now you say G dot fill ellipse, fill ellipse. Uh, 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 what you have to provide parameters in it. Okay. Okay. First brush, then 50-50, x-axis, y-axis, 300, 150. Yes. So first brush, then 50-50 is x-axis, y-axis, 300, 150. But go for it. Execute the code. Yes, ellipse is drawn. Fill ellipse. Little center. 50, no, 100, and this I'll call 100. Okay, run. Yes. Which brush it is called? Solid brush. solid brush. There is another brush. I'll comment this. I'll show you another. And further, what I do again, I say brush BR is equals new texture brush. Texture brush. Texture brush requires image. Don't find image. So for image, I have to create one more image. IMG equal to rule again. Image is abstract class. As brush is abstract class, now I'm saying that image is also what? Abstract class. Image img equal to new. You cannot create instance of image class. For that reason, from image class, one more child class is created, and that child class is called new bitmap, and you have to provide the image name. C colon, before it you put at the rate, C colon slash CS batch 6 p.m. slash, if we have images, we'll put that image name. This PC, go to C drive, go to CS batch 6 p.m. Okay, we don't have, so better I have to, okay, CS batch 6 p.m. We don't have. So, what to do? Okay, I better copy from here. Some images to copy. Okay, here I have some images. I'll dump them. Here are they. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay, copy all this. Put it in your folder. The batch 6 p.m. Paste. Chalo, right. All the images I've copied. So I use now image 2, image 3, whatever you want. We got all the images here. So okay, better I go for image 4 I'll use, or image 3 also I can use. Okay, so how to make use of image 5, whichever you want. Image 5, C colon slash slash batch 6 p.m. image 5 dot jpg semicolon. Now run the code. See, image in the shape of image, your ellipse is drawn. Yes, in the shape of image, ellipse is drawn. Which brush it is called? Texture brush. Then we have another brush called, I'll comment this. Both of this one will come. Both of them will comment. Yes. Now we'll go for again. Brush BR equal to new. We have one more brush called hatch brush. But when I say hatch brush, it's not showing you in the IntelliSense window. Here it is not showing here. So do one thing. In order to use this hatch brush, go on top. You should add one more namespace here. One more. Using system dot drawing 2D. Yes. Come down now. Now use same thing. New hatch brush. Hatch brush. First you require hatch style dot diagonal bricks. Yes, bricks, comma, color. Color dot four color it is. So color dot red and color dot yellow. Back color. That's over. Now you see. Yes. Yellow background color, foreground color red, and you find all bricks available in it. Bricks. And then you can find your ellipsis drawn. But where is this coming from? Drawing 2D. Another approach. Brush BR equal to new. We have another brush called linear gradient brush. And in this linear gradient brush, you are going to specify first x1, y1, exact x1, y1, x2, y2. That will specify first. Means two times you have to provide your x-axis, y-axis. So both points you have to create. Point PT equals to new point. I just call 1030 x-axis, y-axis. I better call it as PT1. Copy the same. Paste here. PT2. And I call this as 20 and 40. Yes, now you see the difference. Linear gradient brush. Point 1, point color. Color I'll use as maroon color dot maroon comma color dot blue. No, cyan. Okay. Two colors. Run the code. Multiple you can find. Yes. Little gap you want. Multiple colors. You want multiple like gap. 40, 60. Now run the code. Yes. So vast graphics. Very vast. I can talk days together on this. Point you should have a patience and interest to learn this all. Revise the video again and again when I share and try to work on everything because my next topics will be dependent on this graphics only. They are very logical things that we are going to cover probably in the next coming class. Okay, this is all about how many brushes we covered now? Four. One. One I covered about solid brush, then texture brush, then hatch brush, then linear gradient brush. What are all these? Child classes of what? Brush. Brush is what? Abstract class. That is the reason these child classes have been created. Comment. Go on top. Line also you can draw. Line. G dot. Draw line. Pens dot. Red. 100. 100. What is it? X1, Y1. X2, Y2. Again I say 100 and then I say 200. Which two coordinates are same here? X1, Y1, X2, Y2. In these two I'm saying, in these two pairs, you can see that X1, X2 are same. Control F5. X1, X2 are same. Remember, whenever X1, X2 are same, it will draw vertical line. Vertical line. Again I say G dot draw line. Pens dot red. 100 comma 100. 200 comma 100. What did you notice here? Here y1 y2 are equal. We'll draw horizontal line. Yes, horizontal. X1 equal to X2 will draw vertical. Y1 equal to Y2 will draw horizontal line. Okay, that is about draw line. And another approach. Now we will see something important is about changing of colors. Colors. Different techniques I'll show you. Different techniques. What is it? For example, here I say, mm, uh, C equal to color dot red. Direct I'm giving color dot, yeah, blue, and I apply G dot fill ellipse. Brush BR. I'm going to create now. What is brush? And in this, I'll say 100, 100, 300, 150. Okay. And what is brush? You write here. Brush BR equal to new solid brush of C. C is color. And what did you do here? You said color direct, color dot blue. You have mentioned, and that blue color you're extracting into a variable called C. And that C I'm going to execute. Control F. Now blue color is applied. This is one approach. I'll cover second approach. Comment this. Another approach. Color C equal to, you say color dot from name, and you provide the color name as brown. Yes, control F. Yes, brown color. This was direct, I say. This was direct color. This is from name using a method, static method. And in this from name, you have specified your color name. Imagine a case if you do a mistake of spelling mistake. If you do a mistake of spelling, if I run now, no, object will not, because that is color name you mentioned, and you mention color name in such a way which is not found. It will not draw object. Wrong. This is one more scenario. Third scenario. I can say color C equal to, you can say color dot from known color, and then I say known color dot I'll write scroll bar. Yeah, here I have. First you see where is the scroll bar. First you see please, then you'll understand easily. Here, scroll bar, I said scroll bar here. This is scroll and this is our bar. Rotate. See the color of this bar, please. This color here, color of this bar. If I don't put my pointer on it, you see this is scroll bar where the bar is rotating, and this is light in color, this is little dark. This. Now if I run my code, you can see control F5. Yes. See these two colors you see please. These two colors. This bar color and this ellipse color. Both are found to be same. Both are found to be same. Another technique I'll show you. Now I can say color C equal to color dot from ARGB. ARGB. A alpha. Red, green, blue. Red, green, blue. 0, comma 0. No, first I'll say 255, comma 0, comma 0. It should apply red color now. Yes, red color. Because you said what? 255. And first parameter is always red. Color C equal to color dot from ARGB 0, comma 255, comma 0. Green color. Green. Yes, green color. Again, we'll have one more. Color C equal to color dot from ARGB 0, comma 0, comma 255. Blue color now. Blue color. Okay, we'll do one thing. We will generate a color now. Color dot from ARGB will generate a color. So for that, open paintbrush. With numbers I want to show you. Edit colors. Here. Move this. I'll use this color. Hmm. I'll use this. What are the numbers? 35, 220, 87. 35, 220, 87. 35, 220, 87. Semicolon. Remember this, please. The color, what was noticed on this? This color, some golden color type, like some color is generated. Execute. Same way you should have your this one. Different, right? 35, 220, 80. Oh, sorry, sorry. Cha, 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 cha. No, 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 no. Not this. Red, green, blue. Right side we have. Right side. 177, 156, 7. 177, 156, 7. Now run the code. Yes. See the color of your paintbrush here? Whatever the color I have, same way this is font. This and this are matching. Do you understand all these examples, what we have studied? These are the scenarios on working with what? Graphics. Still a lot. We have lot. I'll just cover a few more also. Now I'll show you how what is called interactive drawing. We'll see that part. What is called interactive drawing. Like paint brush में the way we are drawing, same way I would like to draw. Same way. Okay. So let's see how do you work on that part. That those things we'll discuss. Now, before I go further, remember another important thing, because that we have come across with connecting with what do you call this graphics concept, and as even we have covered streams topic, streams. So because that we are aware of streams now, so keeping that streams concept in view also, I'll be explaining you all these things that we are going to study now. Okay, so both will see. Now, first thing, uh, like, what we will discuss. Okay, now before interactive drawing, I'll show you how to change the graphical object. How do you rotate it? That part I'll explain you first. First, fine. Int w equal to this dot line size dot width. Then int h equal to this dot line size dot height. Yes. G dot translate transform. Translate transform. X-axis by 2, y-axis by 2. So you have made now h by 2, I mean to say. Now you have made your origin as center of the form. So it means center of the form is origin. Center. Center of the form is what now? Origin. Okay. Now what do you want to do? You want to say G dot draw rectangle pencil dot blue 10 10 160. Now you see center, from center of the form it creates 10 10 gap because you have changed the origin. Now center of the form is 0 0 now. That is origin. Yes. So somewhere might be here your center is now. Somewhere here. The center is. That gap is 10, 10. Right? Okay. You want to change even this one? Rotation of the G dot. Rotate transform. Rotate transform. Minus 20. Yes. Execute. Now rectangle will be changing its angle. Yes. Rotate transform. You want to cancel all these settings? G dot. Reset transform. Cancel all this. After that, after resetting, again you draw rectangle. Now rectangle will be on the top, from the top. Two rectangles. One is after changing origin. This is after resetting the origin. Okay. Now all I commented. There is nothing here. No, I'm not. I'm not going to draw anything. Even if I run my code now, obviously you may not notice anything. Okay. So we'll do one more implementation. This time, what I want to draw rectangle, no doubt, but not using paint method. Till now, whatever drawing we have done, these all were done in this method, paint event method. Now I'm saying that I'm not interested. I don't want to do that. So you can place a button. Place a button. Go to properties. Give the text here. Text. Call it as draw rectangle. Come down. Here you give the name also. BTN draw rectangle. Okay. Double click on it. Yes. Now you say graphics G equal to. You cannot say E dot graphics as you said earlier in your paint method. But here you can't do that. We can't do that. E dot graphics not possible. We can't implement. Then how do you create graphics here? You have to use form graphics now. This dot create graphics. Now I can say draw rectangle pens dot dark blue comma 100 x-axis y-axis width 100 height 50 or 70. Bas run the code. You don't have rectangle now. The moment I run my code, the moment I run my program, there is no rectangle. You click on a button, you'll get rectangle now. Yes. This is one more part. But however, I'll comment this. This is only for your knowledge. I covered. Comment. Okay. These are your things. Now we are remained with to see how to work with something called this one, mm, interactive drawing.